All right, let's get it going. Firing deep. We got highlights on CT Sports Now, Week 2, high school football.
Oh, yeah. Say hello, everybody. I hope you have this guy in your fantasy league because he racked up quite the game for Ansonia. Those highlights are coming up.
There's some Bulldogs that are wagging their tails, hungry for victory in Stratford. CT Sports Now is next.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Friday night here. It's hectic, it's fun, it's a little of both. We have plenty of highlights as we span the state tonight. I think we were at 18 or so games tonight, bringing you highlights from border to border. It's what we do at CT Sports Now on Vantage Sportsnet, where it's all Connecticut sports all the time. We're coming at you from our studios at Sacred Heart University. Mark Robbins, Noah FINZ. Mark, let's get right into it.
Why not? And why not start with a team in the top 10? East Hartford, the Hornets, ranked 6th in the state, getting a chance to open up at home for the first time in this 2018 season. And yeah, it is a party. Big crowd on hand in East Hartford this home opener against the Chieftains of CONARD. And we go scoreless until the second quarter. And then East Hartford's Raekwon Tompkins lofting one deep, and David Kankum, talk about high pointing of football. What a great grab. And a 6-0 lead for the Hornets. You know who's happy? Buzz is happy, although he never smiles. His face is frozen like that. Later on, Raekwon Tompkins. I mean, is he not one of the 10 most talented players in the state of Connecticut?
I think so.
Look at him run, picking up about 38 yards on that carry. He can run, he can throw, and the defense, too, playing very, very well. It'll be a big win for East Hartford. Chieftains were pretty tough, playing pretty solid defense throughout, but CONARD falls to East Hartford. The Hornets win at 25-16. Next up for East Hartford, a home game against Simsbury. Noah?
How about Bloomfield? The Warhawks have become an absolute scoring machine, taking on Rocky Hill tonight in another offensive outburst from this Warhawk team. In fact, first offensive play for Bloomfield, Bryden Duran drops back and finds David Robinson, not the Admiral, that David Robinson, for a 7-0 Bloomfield lead. And then they're going to get the ball back, and they're going right back to work. They drive the ball all the way down. Kyjon Butler walks in for the easy touchdown after this play. Oh, no, here's a long touchdown pass again, and Bloomfield is off and running, 7-0, and then they're going to get the ball, move it downfield, and then that's when they're going to throw the ball yet again. I'm all over the place here. This time, I think it's Javon Massey who hauls it in, and it turns out to be a 64-yard touchdown play. It was 28-0 Bloomfield after just one quarter. In the second quarter, Rocky Hill's going to look to punt the ball, and Richard Walker will scoop it in on the bounce, right? Sometimes you hear him yell poison. No, not this time. He picks it up. That's good stuff. I think you know what's going to happen here. He's going to take it all the way to the other sideline and gone. Bye-bye.
Ooh, referee got no
touchdown. 35-0 Bloomfield at this point. They go on to win by the final score of 56-0 over a pretty good Rocky Hill team. 2-0 now are the Warhawks, and get this, in their first 2 games of the season, Mark, they've scored 109 points. Oh, yeah, Tolland is next up on the schedule. Rocky Hill evening out its schedule, or its record at 1-1. We'll get Plainville next.
The number 1 ranked team in the state, the Cadets of St. Joe's, the Hogs of St. Joe's, taking on Fairfield Ward, and it's been the St. Joe's defense. Remember, they shut out NEWTOWN a week ago. They get the big interception against Ward, and after that, the defense starts to score. The safety, the Cadets, the Hogs, you pick a name. When you're number 1, you can make up your own nickname. And St. Joe's, with a tremendous quarterback, David Summers, 3 TD tosses in this one. He's headed to Maryland next year, but right now he leads the number 1 team in the state to a big victory. We hit the scoreboard and show you that St. Joe's rolls over the Mustangs of Fairfield Ward by the final of 44-6. But next up for St. Joe's, next week, they get a chance at the defending state champion, Blue Wave of Darien.
Oh, lucky them, lucky them. All right, let's keep it going with another showdown in the FCAC. It's Danbury at a really angry NEWTOWN team. NEWTOWN got shut out in week 1. Not going to happen this week. Drew Pine finds Quentin O'Connell. He gets it all the way down to the 1-yard line. Now, he's not going to get it in, despite the great moves he makes there. He is pushed out at the 1. It was a 47-yard play, and then those 2 guys hook up again. This time, it'll be for a touchdown to open the scoring. NEWTOWN, 7-0, the lead at this point, but that lead continues to grow. Pine, he's got just a bunch of top flight receivers. Wyatt Wilson hauls in a 25-yard TD. New Canaan up 14-0. And then O'Connell again. Yeah, that's a pretty good connection right there. The short touchdown completion. New Canaan with a 21-0 lead, going on to win it 42-6 is your final score. New Canaan now will try to get on the other side of 500, the positive side of 500 next week, playing Trumbull. Danbury will be at West Hill next Saturday, trying to do exactly the same.
All right, so, it's such a big night. It's Friday Night Football. How about when it's Friday Night Football? How about when you get a chance to go back to your alma mater, which I think they've already started the statue for our student correspondent, Daniel Zampano. Plus, it's his birthday.
Oh, halfway to 48, he says. Oh. I don't know why 48 is such a magical
birthday,
number.
Dan.
But happy birthday, Daniel. Let's see what you got here along the shoreline.
I'm assuming that it's not as high as your number, but I won't say anything. I won't say anything. Not even halfway there, I guess. Well, I did get to go back to my alma mater on my birthday. Thank you guys so much. Morgan and Valley, and to me, as a Morgan alum, there is no bigger rivalry. The problem is that Morgan is 1-9 in their last 10 meetings against Valley, so they're trying to break that streak tonight, and they're going to do it with some offense here if they can. J.P. Nye, who had a big week last week against Stafford, has a pass to loft up here to Ryan Caldwell, who brings it in. Unfortunately for the Huskies, the stalling of the drive would happen, and that would set up Ryan Santos. And look at this, 10 cents never looked so good. Back of the end zone dime, beautiful, to Jason O'Brien, and it's a 7-0 Valley lead later in the first quarter. How about the little jump pass off of the play action to Jalen Arnhem? Jalen Arnhem cannot be stopped, literally cannot be stopped. He can be stopped, I guess, on that play. But Valley is now in the red zone, but on this next play, he would not be stopped. 4th and goal, and they're going to go right to Arnhem one more time. I'll have 6, please. Valley, a winner, 21-6 over Morgan. They'll be at Coggins next Saturday, while the Huskies get another rival, HK. Well, how about North Brantford and Cromwell? This is a huge battle in the Pequot-Sasakis division. North Brantford wants this one. They had to mount a comeback early in the second quarter, and this is how it started. Tyler DiNapoli earned himself a nice dish of pasta with this one, an interception, and on the following drive, Nick Mancini will add the sauce to the dish as he scoots. Look at all the jukes. Look at him go. And the comeback is on, folks, as Mancini takes it in 20-6 at that point. But at the end of the second, Bryce Carstetter. You know what? Mancini's got a lot of moves, but I can dance too. How about this? I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stiff arm. How about 6 missed tackles on this one? Whoop, he keeps going. Big play from Carstetter, but that was not his biggest play of the night because this game went to overtime, and check this one out. Game winner, Carstetter. Take it home, big fella. Cromwell escapes North Brantford with a 28-20 victory. How about the Panthers, the defending Pequot champions, getting that victory on the road? They'll be at Lewis Mills next week, while North Brantford will play Brantford. I don't know when the last time that one happened, but it's going to be a fun one out there on the shoreline. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, you young pup.
Happy birthday. and thanks to our buddy Sean Patrick Boley with a little help on the video from Game Time CT.
Yes.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more battles to show you. I'm talking about this battle right here up in Oxford. Stick around, all your sports coming up next here on CT Sports Now.
Welcome back as we are ready to go with another segment of high school football here on CT Sports Now.
I have a great myth for you.
Okay.
Yeah, that is Ansonia may be down this year after losing some players. No, that's just a fat myth. Let's take you right out to the stadium here at Holy Cross at Ansonia. No, that's not Holy Cross at Ansonia. We'll get to that. That is Oxford taking on Wolcott in what was a good. Everyone fired up to go on this one, including Caden Mitchell. He fakes the inside handoff, goes to the outside to Dylan Battle. Remember, this is the Oxford-Wolcott game. 36 yards for Battle. He's the touchdown. It was actually a second touchdown, although the first, the 60-yarder, was called back. So it's 7-0 at that point. Eagles come back, though. Yeah, first quarter, last play of it. Anthony Legee puts it in Matt Olmstead's hands perfectly to convert on a third down, and Wolcott has the ball as they change quarters to start the second, and that's where Jake Sforza. This is a big, bruising running back. He will not be denied there. So we got a close game there, and in the end, Wolcott wins it 38-20. So the Eagles now evening their record 1-1. We'll get Torrington next week. Oxford also at 1-1. Lucky them, we'll get Ansonia. Speaking of Ansonia, let's check back in on that Ansonia game. Holy Cross in Ansonia. Tom Brockett always has his group ready. I'll tell you who wasn't ready. I wasn't ready on this punt. I just got there, standing on the sidelines. The punt goes off, and then this happens. Shaquem Harmon. I think he made sure that everyone on that Holy Cross team missed a tackle on this one. He goes 80 yards, and because I wasn't in the right spot at that time, then here comes all the celebration. Go ahead, fellas. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Go ahead and celebrate the touchdown. Why not? It's 21-7 Ansonia at that point. So after falling behind 7-0, the Chargers reel off 5 straight touchdowns. Harmon again, nice gain here, and it only sets himself up for what was his 4th touchdown of the game. Right here, makes it look easy, backing his way into the end zone. At this point, it's 28-7, Ansonia up. Ansonia goes back at it with less than 2 minutes left in the first half. Sheldon Schuler finds his tight end, big Garrett Cafaro. No one's going to stop him except the referees. Yeah, they threw a flag. It didn't come back all the way. They brought it back to the 20-yard line because of the penalty. It's all right. It just sets up Harmon. Dan, I hope you have him on your fantasy team because this kid had 5 touchdowns today, plus a 2-point conversion. Yes. Hello, Shaquem. What a game. 48-7 is your final score of the Chargers. Yeah, they're down a little this year. 2-0. We'll get Oxford next. Holy Cross now 1-1. We'll get the combination of Caner Tech and Sacred Heart. All right, let's keep it going. SEYMOUR looking pretty good this year as well. The faithful there to take on their Wildcats, taking on Kennedy today. Big defensive effort by SEYMOUR. That's Cade Claritas Ditrio with the big hit. And that's what it was like all day for Kennedy. Meanwhile, on offense, this was what it was like. Watch this play here. Tyler Gannum. Whoa, the quick feet on this kid. 62 yards he goes on this play. It's not a touchdown, but it's a heck of a gain. Getting the ball deep into the red zone. It sets up Ian Sadik for the quarterback keeper. He goes in to make it 7-0. He's so cool about it, too. You can't see him in the pile, and then eventually on the top part of your screen. Yeah, here's the football. Touchdown. That's what we call it here on Wildcat Way. Wildcats going right back at it. Go with what works. Why not? Give it to Gannum. This time he's going around the far sidelines. It's the same formula. He gets the ball deep in Kennedy territory, and it sets up Sadik for another touchdown, another little quarterback punt. You see him just hold the ball up and over the end zone. 14-0 as the Wildcats go on to win at 48-12. 2-0 is this SEYMOUR team. Going to get Watertown next. Kennedy stays in Waterbury to play Wilby.
You know what I like about SEYMOUR? They're so balanced. They have a Clarides and a Gannum. That's a political, and they got both sides, both parties represented on that team.
All right, we have one of these crossover matches now, right? One of the teams from the ECC coming down to play one of the teams in the SEC over at Rafferty Stadium. To do that, we sent one of our guys from the NEC. Ryan Sanudo, one of our student contributors here from Sacred Heart University, covering the big game for us at Fairfield Prep. How'd it go, Ryan?
Went very well. Norwich Free Academy at Fairfield Prep. Both teams, they haven't lost yet, so a very intriguing matchup. The crowd was into it. And speaking of crowds, they asked me to turn around. They were like, kid with the blue shirt, turn around. And sure enough, they were pumped up. And guess what? With 11 seconds left in the first quarter, running back Doug Harrison takes it in for the touchdown. 3-yard touchdown, and that's a 7-0 lead for Fairfield. Norwich responds. Elijah Parker hits Sean Preston for the touchdown, but the extra point was no good. 55 seconds left to the half. A beautiful dart. Look at this pass. 21-yard pass from John Larapoli to Finn Duran. 14-6 Prep at halftime. Fairfield goes on to win 24-12 and are 2-0. Both teams got a touchdown in the second half, but needless to say, Fairfield goes on to win, and they will take on Shelton next Friday. Guys, back to you.
What a game that is going to be, huh? Oh. Shelton against Fairfield Prep, 2 undefeated teams that have been quite impressive to start the season.
A lot of talent, a lot of scoring, I would imagine. All right, another time for another quick break. But when we come back, talk about some scoring. It was the Nighthawks in the early evening and into the night against Cheshire. Highlights of that game and a lot more coming up next here at CT Sports Now.
We haven't left. We're still in our spot right here at the studios of Sacred Heart University with plenty more football to bring. Another nice matchup out of the SEC, Mark.
Yeah, Amity getting a chance to be at home for the first time this season, taking on SEC rival, the Foreign Lions. Both clubs fired up. Both trying to get to 2-0 first quarter. The special teams for foreign, Max Queras with the block punt, and the Lions recover one of their 4 first half turnovers. 4 plays later, Theo Morrow plows in, and Foreign has a 6-0 lead. Now, second quarter, Foreign's on defense. That's Max Tivitan getting the interception and into the end zone, untouched. The pick 6, Foreign up 14-zip after the 2-point conversion. This defense for the Lions, normally, we talk for years about the offense. Now the defense catching up. Another interception. Morrow making the pick, and Foreign on the road with the victory, 21-8. Actually, both teams now 1-1. First win of the year for the Lions. Next week, Amity against Hillhouse. Foreign will be at Harding to take on the Presidents.
Our next game, I thought had the potential to be the best game of the night, and it was for one of the teams. Wow, very impressive. Everyone's got to stop and take notice of Newtown. Certainly our Cody Jones, one of our student contributors here from Sacred Heart University, took notice. He was up there covering that game, talking about Cheshire at Newtown. Cody, what a wild one this turned out to be, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Scoring seems to be a theme tonight. A lot of high-scoring games, and this one, well, it definitely did not disappoint over there at Blue and Gold Stadium in Newtown. You're going to see a packed house here, a lot of Newtown fans coming out to support their home Nighthawks. Picking this thing up the first quarter, scoreless game. You're going to see Riley Ward here take it to the house for Newtown early inside the red zone there as they take an early 7-0 lead in this one. Next up, though, you're going to see the defense for Newtown. Jack Zingaro, he's number 4. Take a look at him right here, getting the big interception there, as that's going to give Newtown really good field position for their second series on offense. And Luke Malello, quarterback for Newtown, he's going to scramble here, dodge some tackles, throw it downfield to Ward again, who's going to score his second touchdown of the game as Newtown takes a 14-0 lead at this point. Moving on to the second quarter now, that Newtown offense is going to keep rolling. Malello, he's going to throw a screen pass over here to Tucker Garrity. Watch him dodge the tackles. He's going to find the open field here. He's running down the sideline. And you know what? He's going to go all the way to the house again, making it 21-0 at this point, as Newtown's going to cruise in this one to a 47-7 victory over Cheshire, improving to 2-0 on the season. Newtown's going to take on Stratford next Friday. Cheshire, they fall at 0-2 and will play at North Haven also next Friday. Guys, back to you.
Wow. Hey, by the way, North Haven with a victory over Massac tonight. So North Haven is
2-0.
2-0. There's another team that people said might struggle. No, not the case. That block, by the way, on that last Newtown. Oh my word.
I hope that kid's
wow.
all right.
So right, we got this SWC versus SCC matchups going.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it going as New Milford coming all the way down in the New Haven area to take on Wilbur Cross. Wilbur Cross coming off that opening day win over Foreign. The guys are ready to try to make it 2-0. Come out on the field, governors. All about the ground game in this one. Josiah Barnes, I thought he might break this here for Wilbur Cross with a great cutback move. He doesn't break it. But he picked up some yards, and it sets himself up for the 1-yard touchdown run coming up here. He had 152 yards on the ground. I say 1 yard. That was to the 1-yard line. And then from there, LaShawn Hicks, the quarterback, is able to dive over. Is it a touchdown? You know what? If it's a touchdown, just give me the thumbs up on that. There it is, thumbs up, touchdown. He had 101 yards rushing today. Cross defense doing work as well. Watch out for Chino Grant. There he is, chasing down the quarterback for a sack. Wilbur Cross goes on to win it 31-6. So the Governors 2-0 will take on a Xavier team in need of a win next week. New Milford, look for that first win next against this very hot Bunnell team next.
And the other end of New Haven, Hillhouse against Brookfield, the theme of the SWC invading the Elm City. And here we go, first quarter, Brookfield's Connor McVeigh. Oh, fierce up the middle. The touchdown and a 7-0 advantage. A little later on, Trevor Sterry goes to the outside. So the inside-outside rushing attack working very, very well for the Bobcats. They're up 25-0. They go up 31-12 here on a touchdown from Andrew Mainsis, and Brookfield comes down to New Haven and takes care of business. The Bobcats go on and get the victory 51-18. Brookfield 2-0 on the season.
Now, I mentioned that Bunnell was hot. Well, Ledyard comes into Stratford, and this is what Bunnell does to him. Quarterback Brian Carafiello pitches it to Chris Nadabian. He runs to the outside, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Bunnell. And then for the 2-point conversion, they're switching out quarterbacks. Everyone gets a shot, right? Javon Eggleston comes in. He takes the snap, runs to the outside, finds Angelo Ferranti, and there you go. 2 points. Just like that, it's an 8-0 game. Carafiello comes back in the game and will do the work from this point on after the celebration. He takes the snap, he's looking, and there's Eli Alexandra for Bunnell's 3rd touchdown of the game. Great over-the-shoulder catch. Bunnell clicking on all cylinders defensively as well. Watch what they can do on defense. You got to keep your eye on Jared Leak. He's going to step in front of this pass, come away with the interception. They're playing offense, they're playing defense. 44-6 is the final score. When I say they're playing offense, they've scored 77 points in their first 2 games. I say they're playing defense, they've given up just 6 in their first 2 games. 2-0, New Milford will be up next. Ledyard will get Stonington.
All right, lots to cheer about in Glastonbury against South Windsor, and the Glastonbury receivers have good hands, and you know what? The cheerleaders have good hands as well.
Nice catch.
Thank goodness. All right, second half. Here we go. Third quarter, and the Tomahawks scoring big against the Titans. Drew Daniels to Matt Tenney. Tenney, for your thoughts? I think he's going to take it in for the touchdown. 54 yards on the screen pass. Glastonbury goes on to rout South Windsor. In fact, Tomahawks get the shutout. 40-0 is your final. Beautiful new complex in Middletown. That's where the Goodwin Whitney Tech Vinyl Tech Texters getting a chance to take on Abitech Immaculate. Everybody's ready. Yeah, you are ready for this. GWV punter Nafaro Murray takes the low snap and O-snap. He's running over people. On a 4th down conversion, the Texters think they got something going. 2 plays later, though, ATI, Matt Christie,
nice.
The ball right into his hands.
Oh, no.
And, oh, yes, he did. He went 72 yards the other way for the touchdown. As the United, they are called, Abitech and Immaculate, take the lead. They add another touchdown. Anthony Frazier with that romp, 42-24. ATI gets the win.
I didn't mean to steal your line there. It was authentic.
It's okay. It worked well.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back with more CT Sports Now.
It's been a big night. Time to say goodnight, right?
Hey, enjoy your college football tomorrow. We'll see you back here on Monday. Have a good night, everybody, and
enjoy Connecticut.